Welcome back to the Empowered Minds podcast. I'm your host, Nathalie Bedrossian, coach and aspiring speaker for university students. So today we have a very, very special episode with Shanaa. So she's a naturopath and she's here to tell us about the links basically with naturopathy and well-being. Hey,
Hi,
Inas.
Nat.
Hello,
I'm so
hello.
happy to be with you, and thank you so much for the invitation.
Thank you. Thank you for being
Thank you,
here and for
Nat.
taking the time to speak to
Absolutely.
our audience, to students and university students specifically, about what you do and
For sure.
how that could actually help them with their general well-being. So, let's start with what is it actually? What is naturopathy?
Well, a lot of people, they ask me this question when I tell them I'm a naturopath. They don't know what to answer. They don't know the answer. So, yes, naturopathy is basically, we don't cure any disease. We're not doctors. What we do exactly is you prevent your body from having the disease
Yes.
by really eating healthy, exercising. It's well-being. Like you have to eat healthy, exercise, sleep well. It's really everything.
Okay. So you kind of treat all areas of a person's life. Like it's not just their eating habits, it's also how they sleep, it's also whether or not they exercise. So it's really basically holistic.
Exactly.
Exactly. Holistic.
It's a holistic, yes. So basically, yeah, this is what I do. For example, people don't come to see me only to lose weight. A lot of people think, oh my God, we're there to lose weight. No, it's not that. For sure, as I said, I don't cure anything. What I do is I really give a healthy lifestyle to the person. Depends on their needs. So, for example, a lot of people, they have maybe anxiety, depression, stress, especially for kids and students, adults, for anybody.
Yes.
But I mean, I work a lot, as you know, with kids.
Yes.
I told you that. I don't want to
Kids
say
or teenagers?
I don't want to say
Teenagers.
kids. I have a lot of kids as well, for sure.
Okay.
But teenagers as well. I have
Yeah.
my majority are teenagers, honestly.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
And I help them out to have a healthy lifestyle, and that affects a lot their studying and their grades at the university or the school or whatever CJ, whatever they do in their life. And obviously, it's not that easy. It's not that easy to deal with teenagers.
Definitely. I work with
We've been-
students as well, like time management and,
Exactly.
being able to keep your healthy habits
For sure.
at the same time as managing your studies. Some of them have jobs. Like it's definitely not an easy task.
We've been teenagers as well, and
exactly.
we know.
We know. We've been through it
Exactly.
as well.
We've been through it as well. So what I want to say is it's not easy. I know. I'm not gonna expect, for example, a person coming to me and telling me, oh, Inas, I want to have a healthy lifestyle. And the next day they're done, they have their healthy lifestyle and everything is okay. No, it doesn't work like that.
It's a process.
Yes, it's a process, and it's a long process.
Yes.
And for me, I tell them what to do. But for example, I am not a psychologist.
Yes.
I am not a life coach. You know what I mean? I tell them, for example, step 1, 2, 3, and you have to follow that. I can advise you. I can, for example, you can call me whenever you want, when you have difficulties, but I cannot coach you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can encourage you to do it.
Yeah. So you can tell them like what the recommendations are.
Of course.
And it's up to them in the end if they apply that in their lives, if they actually follow it or not. So you give
Yes.
them the recommendations.
At the end of the day, it's for their health,
Their own good.
and their own good. So, but as I said, also it takes two people.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. And just to kind of clarify also what naturopathy is it really also anything with natural elements,
Of course.
nothing, let's say pills or chemicals. It's really about the type of food or the type of supplements that you take. Everything is natural.
Of course. So basically, we don't prescribe any drugs.
Okay.
And we're against the drugs. But for example, if somebody comes to me and they have a health issue, specific health issue, and they're taking drugs with their doctor, for sure they have to continue.
Yes, absolutely, because
the
they have
problem
their
it's
use.
already there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I cannot do anything. But what I do is I give you everything natural. So you don't need the drugs. But once you have the problem, I cannot stop your drugs. But what I can do, I can help you out so your doctor could stop your drugs, whatever you're taking,
Yes.
if it's possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people, for example, I'm going to say with diabetes, for example. So when they come to me, I can't, for example, tell them, stop taking your pills. No, it doesn't work like that. I can treat them, help them, give them the supplements, the right vitamins. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is probably like a kind of a taboo subject, but do these more natural ways of going about it, these natural remedies, like do they actually work as well or better than drugs that are like more pharmaceutical produced, like a medication or all of that?
When your body needs the drugs, your body needs the drugs. There's no way we can treat with any other ways. I'm going to be honest. We can work from the beginning. Like right now, for example, I take supplements for example, for a lot of things to prevent.
Okay.
Those.
So it's, like you mentioned at first, it's mostly like a preventative measure. But once you have the disease itself, then the drugs kind of become
it's hard.
Incontournable. Like you can't, it really they have to be taken at the same time as, the natural elements that you suggest or that you
But it doesn't mean that our way doesn't help. Of course, it helps a lot. Because I've seen a lot of cases. But I mean, especially with anxiety, stress, I know you see a lot of students they really like suffer from anxiety, which is a very problem nowadays. Yes, it helps a lot. But as I said, I am not a psychologist, so I cannot like prescribe any medication and I cannot stop their medication.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really like, it's something that you do in parallel.
Exactly.
With all the rest, like whether it's the medication, whether like healthy lifestyle, everything that you do, it's really enhances what they're already doing in their life. It helps them.
It helps a lot. Yes, it helps a lot. Absolutely.
Awesome. Yes. So what's the difference between a naturopath and like a nutritionist or a dietitian, for example?
So naturopath, it's as I mentioned before, like we give a lifestyle.
Yes.
Like what to eat, how you're supposed to exercise. For example, people they have like heart disease, they cannot do some specific exercises.
Yes.
And people, like, we do a lifestyle, we give a lifestyle in general. So but dietitian, she gives a diet for weight loss, and nutritionists, like, they know everything about food. There's a lot of, for example, nutritionists, they study how to for animals, for kids, they give meals, what to eat, what you're not supposed to eat for weight loss, and it's very similar. But as I said, it's more like very holistic.
Yeah, you look at basically all the areas of their life.
Exactly.
And nutritionists, let's say, it's more specific to
food.
nutrition,
food. Yes.
Okay. And specifically, like, how can we use naturopathy or like natural elements to, let's say, help students who are very stressed, who are very anxious? Like, what would you advise them to either eat or lifestyle just to help them with that anxiety or stress? And little disclaimer here, so we're not talking about students or people who suffer from like an anxiety disorder specifically. It's just people who have certain symptoms of anxiety or like who stress out quite a lot
about their exams and everything.
But like it's still a normal amount of anxiety. It's not like
you can control it. I mean,
yes. So you can help them with that. So just a little disclaimer: we're not treating anxiety disorders here. We're not treating depressive disorders or any types of mental health problems.
For sure,
it's really about if you have these symptoms, how can naturopathy help them with that or help like alleviate these symptoms? So let's start with like stress and anxiety. What would you like recommend as products or supplements maybe, or what would you recommend for our students?
Nat, I'm not gonna start with the supplements. I'm gonna start with something else. As like students, they drink a lot of coffee nowadays.
Yes, absolutely. I drink a lot of coffee nowadays, not just students.
I stopped though.
As a student, definitely. Okay, you stopped coffee.
Yes, because it doesn't mean I want to stop coffee completely.
Yeah.
But I mean not as much as I used to drink coffee before. So I'm gonna start with that. Students think, for example, if I drink this cup of coffee, it's gonna make me awake, conscious. I don't know what. No. Unfortunately not. What gives you energy, it's healthy food. It's not coffee. Coffee just makes you anxious.
Okay.
Especially in the morning on an empty stomach. It really increases the stress hormone in our bodies for the rest of our day.
Okay.
So you feel like sometimes like as a student, I remember those days when I used to drink so much coffee. I used to be like, oh my God, like, I can't sleep, but I'm not, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm just anxious. I don't know what to do. And then I figured it's my coffee.
Okay.
It's the amount of caffeine that goes in your body.
Okay.
So first thing I want to advise students, not stop drinking coffee, but drink your 1 cup of coffee a day, not more than that. Drink a lot of water because it dehydrates you. And they forget to drink water.
With the coffee.
Yes, with their coffee.
Yeah.
And so that's a very bad thing because it increases anxiety, as I mentioned before. And the junk food.
The junk food.
Junk food triggers the happy hormone. It's called dopamine.
Yes.
So the happy hormone, when like if we feel like, oh my God, I ate junk food, we're happy, or chocolate or what. But wait 5 minutes. You're going to just do like this.
Yeah, there's going to be the crash afterwards.
The crash afterwards. Exactly. So you're going to be, oh my God, I'm so tired. I don't know. I can't concentrate. My stomach hurts. I don't know. A lot of problems. Depends on the person for sure. But yes, and it affects a lot our brains. So we have to stop eating junk food, first of all, so we can concentrate, we can study, we can be energetic.
Yeah.
Right? So these are the first 2 things that I would like to advise students in general, not to drink a lot of coffee, drink a lot of water, and really eat healthy food. That would help a lot for anxiety, stress, especially during the exam, and the concentration as well.
Yeah.
They will be able to concentrate more. Okay. So, and then when it comes to supplements, for sure, I advise a lot of like teenagers, especially girls, they have problems with iron, and vitamin D3 and vitamin C. So I advise like to do a blood test for sure. Ask your doctor, make sure everything is okay. And if ever you need to take those supplements, you should, because they need a prescription to take it, especially for the iron.
Yeah.
So it depends on the amount and the dosage, right? So I advise like to have a blood test, because obviously we cannot exaggerate taking supplements. Because even if, for example, me, like if I take extra B12, I'll have the same symptoms as if I don't have B12 in my body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people, they think, oh my God, we're just going to take supplements and it's going to help us.
Out.
No, it doesn't work like that. First of all, go get your blood test done, get your results, and see with your family doctor. They will tell you exactly what to take. But in general, for students in general, I want to say omega-3, vitamin D3, they will help a lot. And magnesium.
Yes. And they will help a lot with concentration, focus?
Okay. Yes. And magnesium too.
And magnesium.
Yes.
Magnesium is something that we kind of, a lot of people lack, right?
Yes. And vitamin D3 too, because we live in Canada.
Yes, because we have that. Fortunate enough to be in Montreal. We're 6 months a year. We don't have the sun.
That's it.
Yes.
So that's it. That's what I want to say. Especially like, I don't want to say take vitamin D3 the whole year, but like during winter.
Yeah.
Yes.
And okay, there's so much you said there that I really, really want to unpack, because I love food.
Yeah. We all love food.
We all love food. Just, and like, not junk food per se. Like, I've always been someone who loves healthy food. Like, I love vegetables. I love fruits. I love everything healthy.
Yes.
But do you think like it's possible for someone to just cut out their junk food from, one day, and then they just wake up and they're like, I'm never going to eat junk food again? Like, doesn't it have to be like gradual? And as well, can't they also maybe allow themselves to maybe have a little bit of junk food, but in general, maybe have a healthy lifestyle?
Yes. I'm just going to explain one thing, Nat. You really mentioned a very good point, because don't think that I don't eat junk food.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you eat healthy every single day?
No. Like, obviously, from time to time, I do. I eat junk food.
Yeah.
But I mean, I watch what I eat.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I want to eat a hamburger, I would make sure I'm eating a big salad and then I'm eating a hamburger.
A small hamburger.
A small one. I'm not gonna eat a big one, a huge one with fries and mayonnaise and ketchup and I don't know what. No, I don't do those things. Okay. Obviously, from time to time, I allow myself to do it.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. Nobody could, we go out with our friends, we're invited somewhere. We cannot just cut down everything one shot. But what I wanna say is, you don't wake up and you say, I wanna eat healthy and I stop junk food. The idea itself makes you wanna eat junk more.
That's what I was gonna say. Like when you like stop yourself from or restrict yourself from so much, you'll have the tendency to want that even more, right? You want the things you can't have. So doesn't that just do the opposite effect? Like if you just restrict yourself right from the get-go, you're just going to want it and crave it even more.
100%. Your brain would react to it right away.
Exactly.
And will be like, oh my God, I want to eat junk. I'm craving junk. Because you're not getting it, right?
Yes.
And it's in your brain, oh my God, I can't get it. I can't get it. And once you're going to find yourself, one shot, you're eating everything.
Yes.
Like
start binging.
Exactly. You'll be like, I'll start tomorrow.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they say, I'm going to start on Monday.
Yeah.
This Monday thing, Yeah. So what I suggest, honestly, what I do and how I started to make healthy, delicious food.
Okay. Healthy, delicious food.
Exactly. So I still make my chicken wrap. I watch what I eat, which bread. I still make a lot of things. A hamburger, but at my house. And I choose my bread. I still make my mayo, for example, but at my house. I make it homemade. I still make a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I know what to eat. I know how to eat it and when to eat it, right? I still make sauce. For example, I make an avocado dip with a zucchini chips.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I don't just cut off everything and I say, oh my God, I'm going to stop eating. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
I still need my chips, my junk food. I still need everything. So I manage a way to have my meal, like a big meal during my day. And then the rest of the day, like I eat, for example, snacks. And those snacks are healthy. For example, if I want to eat sweets, I make sure, for example, half a banana, cacao powder, peanut butter, for example. You can add a bit of honey, nuts. That's a very good meal and it's delicious. And it makes you feel like you're eating literally chocolate. You know what I mean? So I find my way. So I created my page on Instagram. I started posting things.
Yeah.
Just like random things. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, I did, of course.
So everybody was calling me and my brother would go upstairs and like, Ines, where's the salad? You know what I mean? Like, we're craving this salad. It was very basic. Like, I did absolutely nothing. Seriously.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, let's say students in general, they don't have the time or the patience to cook. Like, I know as a student, the last thing I wanted to do or the last thing I had time for was to actually cook for myself. So you were you were saying how like you make your own dips, your own sauces. Like, isn't that time consuming? And how can they make sure that they have the time to eat healthy or to make, let's say, more healthy choices?
What I want to say is it's something when you want it, you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. 100%. And everybody, each one of us has somebody like your mom or my mom that would help us at home doing things.
Yes.
So if not, there's a lot of places they offer healthy food, like, and you can tell them what you want and they would make it for you. Instead of spending $25 on a junk meal outside, you can spend it on a healthy meal. You know what I mean?
Healthy alternative.
Exactly. And what I want to say is, like, you can pre-make your meals. So what I do is I marinate my chicken. I make sure I marinate my meat, my salmon, everything. I put it in the fridge. And like whenever I feel like it, I just take it out and I just cook it. What I want to say is, once you start doing those things, you're really going to love it.
Yeah.
And you're going to see a big difference, especially when you see yourself more energetic. You can do more things during your day. Like, it's really going to change your life.
If we took a just general, university students, what let's say foods would you recommend, or could be supplements too, for them to help them deal with, let's say, stress or anxiety? What types of food helps them deal with that?
I'm just going to start with avocado.
Avocado?
One, it's really good for stress, anxiety, and it keeps you full and it's good fat, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm gonna tell them nuts. Very good. Unsalted nuts.
Salted nuts.
Exactly.
Good. The unhealthier version of nuts.
Exactly. And I want to say banana is really good. Oranges are really good from the fruits, and berries.
Berries.
Berries are very important.
Yeah,
They're antioxidants.
Exactly.
Yes. They're very important, very healthy. Green apples, kiwis, they're very good.
And these are specific to like stress, anxiety. Can you tell us a bit about like how that works?
Of course. So I just want to explain one thing, that like when like our stomach is connected to our brain.
Yes.
Whatever we eat, it would affect our brain right away.
Yes. And actually, some people might even consider that like the stomach is the second brain of the body.
Exactly.
It has so
That's
like
what we say.
Exactly.
That's what we say. So what I want to say is, for example, if we eat eggs are very important.
I love eggs. I eat literally like 2 to 3 eggs every single day.
Yes.
And some people might say it's bad, but honestly, I feel great. Makes me feel awesome. I get my protein. It starts my day well.
For sure.
Something I also heard with anxiety is that you can have what helps with that is that you can have a very protein rich breakfast.
Yes.
And that helps you like
That's
set
what
the
I wanna
tone
say.
for the day and
For sure.
kind of help out with these
For sure.
symptoms, right?
For sure. First thing I want to say, as I mentioned before at the beginning, no coffee on an empty stomach. Okay. So we start our day with a healthy meal. Okay.
I actually do that. I actually take coffee on an
nice.
empty stomach.
That's not good. I thought like you do eat healthy. I was like, that's nice.
But I eat after. It's just that I gotta have my coffee first thing.
No, it's not good. Start your day with water.
Okay.
And do not drink cold water. Room temperature.
Room temperature.
That's better for you.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to start with that. So when you eat, for example, a rich, healthy food, especially in the morning, or meal, I want to say in the morning, it helps a lot your brain, gives you energy, makes you happy. Because once you have energy, you have this, like happiness in you.
Absolutely.
Once you feel like, oh my God, I'm tired, I'm down, I feel down, tired, that makes you anxious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm a person who really suffers from anxiety.
As I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So did I. Like anxiety was one big thing that I had to overcome in my life. And I think more and more people have a lot of anxiety nowadays.
Yes. And I want to say something. It's been almost 7 years I suffer from anxiety. And first 3 years, I did not know it was anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to mention that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they don't know what anxiety is. So I was eating junk food, going to the university, just grabbing anything from Tim, eating unhealthy food in general. So, and I was feeling down, anxious, tired, everything. No exercising. I go back home, I study, I sleep. That's it. So the day that I started eating healthy and exercising, I heard from a friend that there's something called anxiety. Then I was like, I have those symptoms. And it's funny because I used to call my brother and I used to tell him, take me to the hospital. I'm having a heart attack. And they would be laughing on me. But they don't know that I'm suffering from something serious.
Yeah.
It was really bad. So the minute that I started exercising and eating this healthy food, starting my day with a cup of water, 2 eggs, like half an avocado, maybe olives, something very healthy, very simple. After the first week, I swear to God, I started feeling, oh my God, I have this energy. I want to go out. I want to do it more and more.
Yes.
I started looking into it more and more. And I remember I was studying at Concordia. I was doing business management and technology. It's so funny because like once I started that program, it made me more anxious because I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I thought I like it, I said like, oh my God, I'm just going to continue, finish it and just find a job.
Yeah.
And the day that I started looking into nutrition and like healthy food, I was so into it.
Yeah.
And I went out with my friend and he told me, I have to lose weight. Then I was so explaining to him, you should eat that, you should eat this. Oh my God, it's good for you. Then I told him, you know what? I'm so stressed because I don't like what I'm doing in my life. He goes like, yeah, but Inas, you like nutrition. Why don't you be a nutritionist?
Yeah.
And that day it clicked to me.
Yes.
I started eating healthy. I started applying everything on myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see, like, does it really work?
Yeah,
Because
that's
when
how
you
it
believe
starts.
you would do very good in it. When you
Yes.
don't believe in it, it's done.
100%. 'Cause
Exactly.
once you apply it to yourself, you are living proof that it works.
Exactly.
And that's how you know that you can help others as well.
100%.
Yeah,
And you give an
definitely.
example of yourself as well.
Yes.
So, yeah, so I started eating healthy. Week 1 is done. I stopped smoking. I used to smoke every day. I stopped smoking.
Okay, so you don't smoke shisha anymore.
I smoke once in a while. Well, when I go out with
Occasionally,
my friends.
again,
Yeah,
balance,
exactly.
right?
No, but I mean, like, I used to smoke 3 times a day, right?
Yeah.
Now I smoke maybe once in a month. Like, that's
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Once a month, it's more than enough for me.
Definitely, especially that you started with 3 times a day.
Exactly.
Now once a month is like this huge gap, right?
So I started going to the first time I went to the gym. So I was like hardly breathing, Nat. And I was like, oh my God, I can breathe. I can do this. So I started eating healthy. I started exercising. I cut down smoking. I realized how my body is happy, really happy. That's what I want to say. Like, I'm more energetic. I'm doing everything, you know? Like, I'm happy. You can see the happiness on my face. I would do everything during my day. I would exercise, study, see my friends, organize my day. It affected my life a lot.
Absolutely. And you know, like one of the most important things I tell students I work with who work with me is like if you're not taking care of your body, how can you take care of your mind? Because your mind is
course.
in your body, right? Your body is like the vessel is like hosting, right? It's
Yes.
the home of your mind, of your spirit, of everything. So that's always the first place to start if you want to improve, if you want to, you know, have a better lifestyle, quality of life,
Yes.
and your better well-being,
Of
essentially, right? You start with your body because that's where everything is.
course.
So take care of your body, don't neglect it. Make sure that you know you're feeding it properly, that you're exercising properly, and that you're sleeping properly.
Of course.
So sleep is something that, you know, I personally have struggled with, and I feel like the consistency is very, very hard for me, and as well as many students. A lot of them like stay up studying late. What would you give as advice to help students sleep better? I know that low amounts of sleep, like people can say at some point that, oh, like 5, it does become less and less as you grow older.
Yes.
But in general, let's say our age students, it's 7 to 9.
Right. That's right. Correct. What I want to say is, yes, depends on your age, first of all, because the baby sleeps sometimes
16
maybe
hours a
16
day.
hours a day,
Right.
right? We need sleep.
Yes.
Because if we don't sleep, we don't burn calories,
Mm-hmm.
we don't function, we don't have energy.
Yeah.
We cannot do anything in life.
Oh, sleep is definitely very, very important for a lot of things. Like it literally cleans out your brain, filters out what you need, what you
course.
don't need,
Of course.
and repeats like everything that you've learned
Of
during that
course.
day, and it consolidates that in your brain.
100%. And what I want to say is, it's not how many hours you slept, it's the quality of your sleep. Because there's like, you cannot just like sleep, for example, and you're anxious or you're awake.
Yeah.
You wake up tired, even if you sleep for 10 hours. You know what I mean? You should have the quality of sleep. And how you have the quality of sleep. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people suffer right now from insomnia, right? It's the lack of sleep.
Yes.
So why? Because we keep our phones next to us.
Yes.
That's not good for our brain.
Absolutely.
Keeps us awake. Any electronical devices should not be in the room when we sleep. And something else, we drink a lot of caffeine during our day. And nowadays, the students, they drink, what do we call it? Red Bull or like
the
energy
energy
drink,
drinks.
yes. And that's like the worst for health.
Yeah.
It contains literally 7 spoons of sugar inside this bottle. What we can do is drink a lot of water during our day. That helps us a lot to sleep better. And also like eating healthy helps us a lot. Staying away from smoking keeping our devices away from us, making sure you're sleeping in a very good, like I want to say the atmosphere, and I want to say good amount oxygen in our room.
Yes.
We should have that. Because a lot of people, they would, especially students, they would lock on themselves, not open the window. I don't want to see the sun. I want to stay in my room, study. That's not good. You should refresh.
Yeah.
Have oxygen in your room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If not, you're not going to have the quality of sleep.
Definitely.
That's
and also,
very important.
And also sleeping in cold temperatures, right? I don't remember exactly the
That's what I'm
degree
saying.
to which,
Yes.
but sleeping in cold temperatures, it helps you have a better quality of sleep as well.
100%. That's right.
Yeah.
We should not sleep in a very, like, I want to say hot temperature.
Yes.
That's not good at all for us.
So it's specifically about being aware of the types of foods we eat.
Yes.
About making sure that we are not, we don't have electronics, either a TV or
Exactly.
your phone or your laptop on your computer. So when do you recommend like that the electronics are cut off? Like, is there a certain time limit?
I can say like 30 minutes to an hour before we sleep.
Before you sleep. So at least
That-
30 minutes to an
yes.
hour, you cut off your electronic devices.
Yeah.
Then probably do a certain routine before you sleep to get your brain,
Of course.
used to that. And then you can eventually be ready to fall
Yes.
asleep.
I just want to say another advice, herbal teas.
Herbal teas. Okay.
They help a lot. They help
Yes.
you a lot to sleep. Like I want to say cinnamon
Cinnamon too.
helps a lot.
Nice.
Yes, it helps
Cool.
you a lot. And any herbal tea that no
caffeine, without
of
caffeine.
course, yes, helps a lot to sleep. And mostly, like what I want to say also, like not also you keep your device away. You have to find yourself a routine. Like every day, for example, do not think about things that makes you anxious. Obviously, we've done a lot of wrong things in our life.
Yes.
And at night we start, oh my God, I did this, I did that. How am I going to succeed? How am I going to do it? And I start being anxious, don't know what to do. This is not good. You have to really keep thinking of everything positive
That you can.
so you can sleep happy.
Yeah.
If you don't sleep happy, like remember, a lot of times we sleep, we're crying or like, like we're anxious.
Yeah, you're anxious.
We
You're
wake
stressed
up
out.
very tired.
Yeah.
We wake up exhausted. It's like we've been working the whole night.
Yeah.
So that's not good at all for our health, our mental health, I want to say.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, I feel like, when you're having these anxious thoughts, let's say you're stressing out for an exam or stressing out
Yes.
for a presentation, it's tough to tell yourself, I'm not going to think about it. Because when you say, like, if I tell you don't think about an elephant, what are you going
Yes.
to think about? An elephant,
Yes.
right? So when you tell yourself don't think about these things, you can't help yourself but to think about them even more. So, what you're suggesting is that you replace that with more positive thoughts or
Yes.
more like a routine that's going to help you not think about it. Let's say read a book, right? Or anything that's like calming or that can help your brain focus on something else, because you can't tell yourself, oh, I don't want to think about this anymore.
Yeah.
Like you're just going to think about it even more, right? So
That's
it's
true.
about replacing it with something else.
Not what I want to say is like, it's not simple and it's not easy.
Oh,
for sure.
definitely.
And it took me years to overcome this anxiety.
Yes.
Okay. All I want to mention is like, when I say like, think about something positive, imagine your positive life. That brings us happiness.
Yes.
Imagine you want to be a doctor. Imagine you're a doctor and you're practicing.
Yes. That's like
You know what?
visualization.
Exactly.
Visualization exercises.
Exactly. Imagine that. It's going to help you a lot to really like focus on something positive. I want to say read a book. Not everybody likes to read a book. You know what I mean? I don't want to sound so like,
No, but that's true. It was just an example I gave.
Exactly.
But like
Yeah, for sure.
visualization can be something else. Just you like imagining what your future life would be like
Exactly.
or what you want it to be like.
Exactly.
That's also
a lot
something
of
that can
people, they like to read a book, to write something before they
journaling.
sleep.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That helps a lot. For example, me, I would write everything before I sleep. Whatever happened during my day.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. If you like to read, you would be reading. Somebody else would be like listening to certain kind of music.
Yes.
Somebody else would be, I don't know, like imagining things, as I mentioned before.
Yeah.
So it depends. Find yourself what you like and start doing it before you sleep.
Because you have to enjoy
Practice
it. Because
it.
if you don't, like
Exactly.
if you're forcing yourself, you're just
Don't.
adding an
Exactly.
extra resistance or an extra barrier
For
that
sure.
you're not going to keep it consistently. You might do it for a
100%.
couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks if you have like that really,
Yeah.
discipline, but it's hard to maintain on the long term. So it really has to be
That's
something
for
you
sure.
enjoy.
Yes, that's for sure. I enjoy me a lot of things before I sleep, imagining my life.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be an actress.
Really?
And I would be imagining myself on the red carpet. For real. I know I'm not going to be an actress.
Yeah.
That's funny, but because, like it brings you certain kind of happiness.
Yeah.
Some people, they would say, oh, you're lying to yourself. No. Seriously,
It's just
no.
something you enjoy.
Exactly.
But I actually like imagining like where I'll be in a couple of years.
Yeah,
Like
something
one of-
realistic, maybe. Yes.
Yeah. Like I know that one of my dreams is to become like a professional speaker, right? To
Nice.
give speeches. So I kind of imagine myself on stage without anxiety, without that nervousness that comes with
Yes.
it, that I'm just there and helping out people, sharing a positive message, right? And I also like, so this is completely random, you guys. Like I really don't know where this came from, but I really like my vision or something that I really want in life is to have like my own farm. So I really imagine myself living in that farm, having my own animals, my cows, chickens. I have my eggs. So I'm obsessed with eggs. So I want chickens. Like literally, this
I would
is
be coming every week.
yeah. I'll give you your own batch of
Yes.
eggs from my chickens. But that's definitely something that's very soothing to me and something
Yes.
that I know will happen one day. And it's just knowing that right now, even if I'm going through a hard time, that's there waiting for me. Like that helps a lot with dealing with the anxiety and the pressure of the moment.
sure. For
And
sure.
it helps me fall asleep.
Relaxes you.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
For sure.
I know it's there. It's not the time yet,
Yes.
but I know that it's there.
Yeah.
So that definitely helps with like if you're anxious before you sleep, if you're having like
Definitely.
these negative thoughts, these spiraling thoughts too, because it could get deep and dark very
sure.
fast.
For sure.
It definitely gives you a little nudge in the right direction.
For sure. And I just want to mention something else, Nat. A lot of people, they stay up late so they can study. This is not good. Because our body gives a certain type of hormone only while we're sleeping. And that's exactly for stress and anxiety. Because if we miss this and we don't sleep at night, because only we can get it at night when there's no sun.
Yeah.
Right? So we wake up anxious.
Yeah.
A lot of people that they don't sleep at night and they for example, they sleep the whole day and they wake up at night, they suffer from anxiety and depression.
Because it's not the same thing when you sleep during the day
No.
or when you sleep
No,
at night.
your
You don't
body
get the same
doesn't-
quality of sleep.
No, not only that, your body doesn't give this hormone. And something else I want to mention for the students that they really get anxious about their studies, exams, whatever, etc. Until now, I'm like I get stressed when I have an exam.
Of
for
course,
sure.
of course.
But what I convinced myself, honestly, like I found a good way. I said, like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
I'm gonna repeat it.
Yeah. Just and even like thinking about the worst case scenarios.
Yes.
And just telling yourself in your mind that okay, that's the worst case scenario.
Yes.
If that happens, first off, I know I have what it takes to overcome that. You realize that it's not the end of the world.
Exactly.
And in most cases, it's not the worst case scenario
Of
that
course.
happens.
Of
So
course.
you know that whatever you do, whatever happens, like it's never or very, very rarely the worst case scenario
For
that
sure.
happens.
For sure. And something else, Nat, like you mentioned a very good thing, but you forgot that we always like when we get anxious, like we're anxious the whole day about our exam, but we don't study.
Oh, procrastination.
You know?
They
Like,
come
and-
hand in hand.
Exactly. I
Because-
don't go out.
Yeah.
Do you go out when you're stressed?
No.
Or you have an exam?
if I have to.
No,
if I have to and I have no choice, I
No.
got to take that exam.
I know.
But yes, no, procrastination comes hand in hand. Why? Because you see it as like this big monster.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm so anxious about this big thing. So what do? You avoid it.
Of
And that's
course.
where procrastination comes.
Of course.
So you completely like you continue avoiding it until you have like 30 minutes to
Of
study or
course.
to do it where now like you really have no choice but to do it. That's when procrastination comes in.
Of course. That's what I wanted to say. So instead, No, if you don't feel like studying, go out for a walk. Go do something. Go out with your friends. And when you come back, you feel like studying.
Definitely.
Do not force yourself to stay there and anxious, and you can't even study. You cannot do anything. This is not even good.
You're
you know?
wasting your time. Like, you're
And not
not
only
even being
that,
productive.
I don't know if you used to do this. I used to say, for example, at 2 o'clock, I'm going to start. 2:05, no, it's going to be 3.
It's going to be 3. Like, it can't.
Everybody
like,
does
oh,
it.
I missed the deadline. Now I have to postpone it an hour. Like,
Until it's 9 o'clock. Oh my God, I'm going to stay up the whole night. I'm going to study. I end up sleeping.
Yeah.
Because I'm exhausted from stress.
Because it takes up your energy. Like, you
course.
think that you're not really doing anything, but it's still sucking up all of your energy.
Of course.
Right? Just keeping postponing, because there's the underlying stress. There's
Yes.
the underlying anxiety.
100%.
Right? It's not that you're not doing anything. It's still taking up your energy.
100%.
So if you had one thing that like you would tell students, or one advice that you can give them when it comes to their well-being related to naturopathy, like what would it be?
Just try it for 1 week.
Try it for 1 week.
Try it for 1 week and you'll see a big difference in your body, and you'll be happy about it, and you're not gonna give up on it.
Okay.
Because you're gonna be like, I don't want to be the same lazy person as I was before I started eating healthy and doing my healthy habits in general. Like whether it's a lot of people, they don't like to exercise, but they would walk. Like at least move your body.
At least
you
move,
know?
right?
Exactly.
Even
Your
the
blood
minimum movement is
circulation.
still good.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
The minimum. So this is what I want to say. Try it for a week and you'll see a big difference. You'll be happy about it, and you're not going to ever stop that.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Inas.
Thank you, Nat.
Thank you so much for being here and sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you for being here, for listening to this episode. Make sure to subscribe and to leave a review, and I'll see you on the next one.